in. So if you bring in 100 people, they're basically going to help you generate money from them watching and so on. So it's pretty creative platform. My brother found it and partnered with these guys. And, you know, it's a tech. They already up and running. His movies coming out through Monetize. So, you know, and we have, again, with Bob Backus, we have still Paramount Pictures. I mean, a ton of different, you know, Showtime. So there's nothing that doesn't stop. You know, nothing stops. It's just, okay, they didn't get it, whatever. Maybe we have to move to another place. Yeah, but great. Man, Irving powered hundreds in the time we did it, which was 4 seasons. I mean, hundreds of new faces, man. To me, that's the most impactful thing, more than the show, is the amount of people he gave a chance to act inside of Tales that would have never got an opportunity. And that's a big
shout
fact.
to Rashonda asked how to start a record label. Well, everything we just said, man, you should you know.
Well, you know, if you want to start a record label, the first thing you should do is get on your knees and pray. First thing, talk to God, and you got to have the resolve to know that you're going to run into some shit, and you got to be strong enough to keep going. Like, how many times can you get knocked down and stand up? I know it sounds corny, but you got to be prepared for that shit. I can ask you, Epps, how many times just doing, you know, not running the label, just being DJ Epps and becoming who you are. How many times you got shot down before you
and there will be falls. and it might not be even industry shit. It could be family stuff. It could be something that could slow you down, but knock you down or something, man. But yeah, you just got to get back up and, you know, John Cena, don't never give up, you know?
That's it. You know, you hear all of these cliche type of sayings when Jay-Z said the genius thing we did was never give up. That's a fact. You know, just think when we tell the story with DMX, they laughed at X. He was barking. They was like, who's the highest this guy? He a chihuahua? You understand what I mean? So imagine how strong-minded you had to be for those things right there to keep persevering with the highest level of people that ran the business was laughing in your face, making a joke of it. But when it worked, guess what happened? They had to shut the fuck up and let us do whatever the fuck we wanted. And that, all right, it did. That's also, again, the gift and the curse. Because when that happens in this corporate America system, all those people that you went right by and blew by, they were waiting for you to fuck up. So as soon as they seen trouble with fucking the feds and 50 Cent, oh man, they turned their backs.
Right.
They waiting for you to fucking fall. So that was part of the gift and the curse. You learn that as you go through it. We didn't know that in the moment. You thought niggas was genuine with you, but they weren't. You found out later that they cooperated with the government. Like, what the fuck?
Gotti, before we get up out of here,
yeah.
Everybody in this live, on my other streaming platforms, let everybody know the importance of a real DJ right here. And they don't gotta be just DJ Epps, because I know, you got a bunch of them over there.
No, of course. Okay, so, DJs have evolved since the very beginning of this business, right? DJs are not in the heyday, in my opinion, of maybe 20 years ago, right? So the heyday meaning you couldn't even move anything without a DJ. Today, because of the internet, music can get heard and seen. But the power of the DJ today is the only way to make you relevant from the mainstream standpoint. There is no other way to do it. We could have 100 artists underground and no one knows you, and you can generate money. If you want to take that next step, you need DJ Epps and other DJs like DJ Epps. So the value is tremendous, and that's what me and Chris talk about all the time. You know what I'm saying? At MP3 Wax, because he has all those DJs. You have to embrace that and understand that. Respect their handle, respect their power, and deal with it. It's part of the business. It is what it is. You know, it is what it is. Until you get to a point where, like, let's say a Drake. I always like to take the biggest. He's arguably the biggest in the game, right? But I always like to use the biggest as an example, and then we could always scale backwards. So if you take a Drake, Drake isn't coming in servicing DJs personally, but he has a whole staff that is servicing every fucking DJ.
Right.
See, he's past the grind time. He's at that point in his career. He did it, and DJs respect it and fuck with it, and he has to deliver quality shit, or they're gonna pass right by it, just like anyone else. You know, unless that bag hits from that label, and they like, "What? You gonna play this on prime time?" I know it's not paid to play, but
great way of saying it. You know, wink, wink.
Yeah. Yeah, we understand that again, and it's part of the game. You know, I use that as a way to tell artists, be careful when you're releasing music, because when those giants are coming out, when Little Baby or Little Durkio is dropping, they take up market share. There's only 24 hours in a day. There's only a certain amount of DJs that could actually have the freedom to play shit. You know, other ones is all program shit. So that program is getting swallowed up, and then the only other time is the DJs that can play it. And, you know, that's what that bag do from them labels. They gonna swallow up market share. You have to understand that that's the business side you will learn as you grow and start putting out music, and you putting out a video, and like, damn, no one's watching my shit. Well, you know, Drake just dropped. No one gives a fuck about you. Just, you know, let's keep it a buck. You got to get your weight up, where now you in a conversation like, oh, you coming too? You know, and then we in a different space. But these are all things that are super relevant for independent artists to understand what they got to do when they coming out.
Artists, like,
dealing
with attention to this guy right here, Khaled. Like, he owns Summertime. You know what I mean? So you gotta watch out for Khaled's and
you know, Khaled. Shout out DJ Khaled. You know, when I last seen him, we was out it was actually a funeral in Miami. And I told him how proud I was of him, because he would always come and tell me, I just want to be like Irv. I just want to be like Irv. Like, he want to work. When Irv is working, he's laser focused, tunnel vision. Khaled has absolutely embodied that. And I'm like, man, you did it, man. And I remember Khaled when he was skinny. You understand? Like, come on, man. That nigga worked his ass off. No one could act like someone handed him something. Anything he's gotten, he worked for. Shout out to DJ Khaled, man. That says so much. That should give every person that's striving to be an artist or a producer or anything in the music industry, that should give him the inspiration, because Khaled didn't get anything handed to him. He had to work for it. And, you know, he came through when it was a black era, right? You got to remember that hip hop evolved. We allowed other races in. It was very dominated by the minority of black. You know, and I'm not trying to take away from the Latino. They was there. They would never admit it. Did you know that Fabulous was Dominican? No, but he'll stay now. You know what I'm saying? Only one, like a Fat Joe, he's Puerto Rican and Cuban. He's going to wave that flag. He's talking that shit, but he couldn't be missed for black. He couldn't hide it. You know, it's just like Carmelo Anthony's Puerto Rican. When he first came to the league, no one knew that shit. He wanted to stay Puerto Rican because it became cool to be Latino or outside of the black race. And that's what hip hop did, to not just us across the board. That's what it did. And, you know,
yes, he did.
Khaled, he came through.
Like, shout to Khaled.
He came through, man. No doubt.
Chris Gotti, man, in the building. Yo, Chris, thank you for coming by the show today, man. A great episode. Please, everybody, link up with my guy, Chris Gotti, 187 Especially look out for his Adventures music, man, especially if you need some help and getting your music out there. And we dropped a bunch of gems, so if you missed the show, I'm going to post it up and you could just watch it again. Chris, you want to say a couple of things before you get up out of here?
Anything, you know, my line,
sure,
you got
man.
my line, just hit me, I'm there, you know that. You know, I love doing these kind of things, you know that. Like I do seminars that on my tour, I talk. So this is something I want to empower. I want to give them information. I would love to do bigger Q&As with you, with all your guests, and let them ask any questions. And I mean, I'm a book.
Like
I'm an open book.
Man.
I'm going
And
to
if
tell
you know any
yes.
other artists that need to get their music played, say, yo, go to Epps. You know what I mean? So we're gonna set up something, Chris. I got you. I got a great idea. We'll just call Chris and make everything happen. Everybody, Chris Gotti in the building. Please follow him at Chris Gotti 187. Shout to the Ink Shot Adventures Music, and big happy birthday. There you go. All right, man. Have a good night, my brother. No. Word up, man. Chris Gotti passing through Celebrity Tuesdays. What a great night, man. Great night. It's time for me to get up out of here. Big shout to my girl Maya, man. She's in the metaverse right about now. I gotta go catch up with them and see what they're doing, but I had to come over here on the live and do this with Chris Gotti. I want to thank Positivity Water. Thank everybody that's been in the building today, dropping the gems for y'all. You know what it is. Sincerely B was popping. Samantha, I see you. My guy Ding Dong in here. I see you, boys. CP Promotion. Dream Soldier was popping. All right, man. Once again, man, don't forget, this Thursday, Indie Thursdays. Yeah, man. You know what I'm doing on Indie Thursdays? My man Grams Uncut is coming through the show for Indie Thursdays. Shout to New York City. Grams Uncut will be in the building along with Maria Elena GQ. She's coming to the Indie Thursday show. It's going to be a great situation. So I suggest everybody pull up for Indie Thursdays. Now, tomorrow, you know me, it's Wednesday. I'm going to jump on them turntables. So I need y'all to go ahead and just meet up with me. Yeah, we're going to have a party live and direct right here on them turntables as I spin it. Have some fun. 1 hour workout. DJ Epps, #1 show out here on Instagram and social media. Better news. What's up, family? I see ya. Have a good night. Good energy. Young Wildin'.
DJ Epps got that good energy. I don't need no negativity around me. High frequency. I'm talking high yeah. Good energy. I don't need no negativity around me. High frequency.